Okay, what I'm about to do now is I'm going to put some paste wax on the inside, just so I have a good finish on the inside. Try to get all the way down on the bottom there. The guys at work always make fun of me for being short, and 5'7", 6'1", and can't hardly reach in here right now. This right here is almost my capacity. Make sure when you wax, make sure you get all inside the pores, or you'll have little voids where your wax, where you don't have any wax. That's the only coat I'm going to put in there. I'm going to put one coat in there, and that's it. And that's mainly so when people run their hands in here, because people do like to, you know, check stuff out. They'll run their hand in there. It'll have a nice finished feel to it. That's really the only reason I finished the inside. But anyway, it's going to be a few minutes until that's ready. Then I'll have to come back and cut this off of the mahogany. I'll probably just sand it off, or I may use a tool. Not sure. But anyway, I'll take that back off once this is dry and I've got it bucked. Be about 15 minutes. See you in a few. Okay, just fixing to buff it. It gives a nice shine in there too. Just want to work that. Work the wax. Keep it heated. Buff it out good. Nice sheen inside there. That's nice. I like it. Okay, well, now I just need to pull up my tool rest and dress up this outside. I'm just going to do that with spindle gouge. I'm just going to scrape it. Try to get that wax off of there because it'll clog up my sandpaper. I'll start that about 220. If I can find my 220. There it is. All the finished stuff, I'm finishing the 600 grit. Okay, what I'm looking at now is I'm gonna try to do a spiral design on here. Never done one before, but I don't really see where it's gonna be that hard, hopefully. But it's going to require indexing all the way around. I want to try to put 12 spirals in here. So what I've done, my Barracuda 2 came with a indexing back plate here. So I find the number 1, which is right here, and I just put my little pin in there, and it locks the spindle down in that position. Although I lost my other pin, so I have to make up for it right here. Now, this line here represents where I want the spiral to stop. and this line represents where I want the spiral to start. So now what I did was I lined my tool rest right here. I lined it up with my tailstock and got it exactly to the center. Okay, so this is exactly center height. I'm just going to draw a line. Actually, I don't even have to draw a line. I just make a mark, and I'm going to start that. I'm going to say number 1. That's 1, and that's 1. Okay. Now I want to make 12, and this index is 24. So skip 1 and go to the next one. Do the same thing. Skip 1, go to the next. And just keep marking it. Skip 1, go to the next. And so on all the way around. I will be back once I get all of these done. Okay, what I've done here, I've got all my marks. There's 12 marks on the top, 12 on the bottom. And I'm going to go from one mark, skip 1 to the next one. So instead of this being lined up, I'm going to go to 2 past it to there. I made this little template with a French curve, and I'll lay it right in here, right to the intersections of both of them. Now, I've never done this before, and I'm just experimenting. I know people make tools to do this and stuff like that, and I'm actually planning on making one myself. But what I've got here is a repeatable pattern. I can do that and move back 1. Do the next one. I don't know what this is going to look like when I get done, but we'll see. It may be pretty, it may be junk, but it's going to get made anyway. But I'll just keep on going just like that, and then I'll come back and I'll cut this out, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. But I just line them up, draw it out. Just like so. And I'll keep on going until I get all of them done. I'll be back shortly. Okay, let's get started. Like I say, I've never done this before, but I'm going to try using my Dremel and with a little cutting burr on the top. I'm just going to start chasing these lines out. Don't want the cord to get in the way. The next one. Anytime you're carving anything like that, try to have your hand resting on your piece, or else that thing will be trying to run. It'll be trying to run all over the place if you don't. All I'm doing right now is just getting a nice slot cut where maybe I can go back and get in deeper for the next pass, like so. Hopefully I don't come out like I did that one. This is going to be very tedious, but I'm just going to keep on going over and over until I get all these things cut out, and then we'll see what we get. Wow, talk about carpal tunnel. Man, that Dremel is hard to hold, but I've got all my cuts started, and that's what I wanted. And now the rest of the cutting to get on through the piece shouldn't be too hard. But I'll be back shortly. I'm gonna figure out some way to cut the rest of the way through. All right. Alright, well, I'm going to knock the tripod over. Well, that was actually more difficult than I actually thought, but every now and then the Dremel would skip and hit out here on the finished edge, so I've already gone back and re-scraped the outside of this thing. You can see little imperfections here and all that, but now I'm going back and I'm just using the drum sander, and I'm just kind of rounding over this edge a little bit. What you don't want to do is get in too big a hurry and screw it all up, because the Dremel is a rotary tool and it tries to roll to one side. You have to control that. But I'm just gonna keep working on this chamfer until I can get all the way, get all this sanded up real good in here. This chamfer is actually the beginning of a rollover, because once I get the chamfer, then I'll come back and I'll start rolling it to the inside and flaring out this to roll it over also. So anyway, we'll see. I think I may have started something here. Something that's a little bit tougher than I thought. But we're going to keep going. I'll see you in a few. Okay, just continuing on with the sanding. Sand each one of them. Got a nice chamfer on each one. I'm just this has actually been a very fun project so far. But anyway, we're just going to keep on sanding. And what I did, I used my Dremel and a small sanding drum, and then I came back with a large sanding drum and made the chamfer a little bit wider. I think that'll give it a little more, I don't know, kind of a, but now I touched on the back edge of this, so I'm going to have to go back and return this mahogany a little bit and knock those rough edges off. But anyway, that's what I'm up to, and I'm just going to keep on. Got to get all the dust and the little fuzzies and all that stuff out of here, and I will continue on. Alright, well, sanding and all went pretty good. I'm gonna apply the finish now. I'm just using the finishing paste wax. Which this could take a while because all the little nooks and crannies, but just going to wipe it on good, and I'll come back in a few minutes and I'll buff it, and once that's done, I'll be done. I actually ended up having to resand the inside, so there's no finish in there. I'll have to get it too. But it's going pretty good. Actually, the sanding went a little better than I thought. Just got to get this finish in all these little nooks and crannies in here. It's not easy. But I'll put this stuff on, and in a few minutes I'll come back and I'll buff it. We'll turn this thing around, take the tenon off, and we will be in business. Okay, I'm just removing this tenon and get her taken off. Going to sand the bottom, break the little nub off, and shine her up. Alright, well, boy, that was a challenge, son, I'm telling you. That is really tough, trying to control that Dremel tool. It's a big challenge, but, you know, I've seen people do spirals, and they'll make these jigs and things with cables and all that. That's probably the best way to go. I did all of this by hand, and buddy, my hands are wore out. But anyway, I'm going to post a couple pictures of this thing right here in just a few minutes, because I've made some of these, and I saw them on the Tiny Trailer Workshop. And Larry over there is one of the finest wood turners I've ever seen. He is absolutely amazing with what he does. If you get a chance, and if you haven't seen his channel yet, it's the Tiny Trailer Workshop is his YouTube channel. Check it out. He does a lot of really nice turning. Okay. Well, I'm going to go get a couple pictures of this thing, and I'm going to post them up. You all have a good evening.